Hi folks, Lee here and welcome back to the channel. So, got another little series coming up. It's going to be called Combos, and basically the idea behind this one, it's going to be Call of Duty videos, the same as what I've been doing kind of recently, but it's going to be a bit more kind of topic focused. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing different kind of loadouts, and basically going to be judging like how well two different weapons work with each other, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to be reviewing the individual weapons, but I'm also going to be reviewing how well they work with each other, if you know what I mean. So the first episode here, we've got the XM4 as the primary, and for the secondary we've got our M1911 pistol. So I'm going to be reviewing both of the weapons individually, and I'm also going to be giving a combo score where I basically, you know, give a little review as to how well I think each of the guns works with each other, if you know what I mean. So, as I says, welcome to the video, let's get started. So just a quick overview of our loadout for this video. So obviously, as I says, we're using the XM4 and the 1911. I've not completely leveled up either of these guns, but I have used each of them for a few hours each. So I've built both of them with sort of speed and accuracy in mind. So, you know, stuff like, you know, run out of sprint speed, ADS time, you know, stuff like that, and also, you know, keeping the accuracy, you know, low recoil and stuff like that. So that's what I built both of these guns around. So they've both got tac lasers. The 1911's got an extended mag. I've not put any sights in a 1911 because I think from the ones that I've unlocked so far, they're all terrible. So I'm just sticking with the iron sights for that one. So to kick us off here, we've got the XM4. So what I'll say about the XM4 is, obviously it's the first rifle you unlock in multiplayer. Well, it's like the starting rifle in multiplayer, if you know what I mean. And what I would say about the XM4, I suppose this is what I was expecting getting into the game, is it's a good all-round gun, if you know what I mean. You know, like, it's based on the Commando from the original Black Ops game. Now, the Commando for the original Black Ops game was actually quite a sort of high rank, sort of, you know, it was one you unlocked a bit later on in the game, whereas in this it's obviously the starting weapon. Now, my feelings in this, it's a good gun, right, but what I would say is, and I don't know if I've been spoiled here by, you know, the kind of quick time to kills that you get in some of the other Call of Duty games, but I feel like the damage in this one drops off quite sharply at range. As you can see, I actually played a couple of like hardcore search and destroy matches as well. And for that I kitted it out with a suppressor and a 3x scope, which works pretty well in hardcore S&D. But with the suppressor, I originally actually thought it was going to affect it at range, but to be honest, like, it was roughly similar, you know, to my experience without a suppressor. But what I would say about this gun overall is, it does, like, it's good up close, but I do feel like it drops off pretty sharply at range, if you know what I mean. So I can say that, like, without any attachments, it's like a solid like 5 out of 10, I would say. But once you've got some of the attachments and you've unlocked some of the stuff for it, I would probably bump it up to a 7 out of 10. Again, it still struggles at range, I feel, but once you've got a little bit more unlocked, you can configure it to make it a little bit better at range, but it's still good rather than excellent, if you know what I mean. Now we're on to the 1911. Now, I do enjoy using this gun. I've always liked handguns in games, it's just been one of my things, but from what I can see, I mean, Call of Duty is famous for having handguns that, you know, you know, in some of their games they've got handguns that can just wreck things. The 5.7 from Black Ops 2 is an example that sort of sticks out to me. This one here, it's not the kind of gun that you would run around with as a primary weapon. There has been handguns in Call of Duty games in the past that you could do that, but for this one it's a solid secondary weapon, and what I would say is it does drop off at range, like the damage does drop off at range, but I'm not being as critical about that with the 1911 as I would be with the XM4, because obviously a 1911 is a pistol and that would be expected. So it does drop off at range, but it's still pretty powerful and it's very snappy, you know. You can draw it very quickly, aim down sight very quickly, fire very quickly, and it's a gun that really gets you out of like a pinch, if you know what I mean. So we've all been in that situation where, you know, you're shooting at someone with your primary weapon and then you suddenly realise you only had like 5 bullets in it and you miss a couple of them, you don't quite get the job done with those 5 bullets, and the 1911 is really good for just, you know, drawing it out quickly. It's really accurate with the iron sights and it just gets you out of that pinch, if you know what I mean, and it's also great up close. So yeah, I really do love using this handgun and I can't rank it highly enough, to be honest. So now it's time for a final review of this loadout and this combination of primary and secondary weapon. So the XM4 I'm giving a score individually of 7 out of 10. As I says, I feel like it's quite weak at range, but you can make that better with the use of attachments you unlock as you use the gun. The M1911 I'm giving 9 out of 10 because, as I says, I feel like it's a really good handgun. It does everything you would want a handgun to do and more. But as a combination, I'm still giving it a score of 9 out of 10 because I do think these guns complement each other quite well. You've got the XM4, which does the job most of the time, but you've also got the 1911 that's good for, you know, those sort of pinch situations where you run out of ammo and your XM4 or anything like that, and it's just a good gun on its own. So that's my final verdict. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Subscribe for more and leave your comments down below. Bye folks.